Hey everyone, welcome to the very first entry into my illustrating Bible from Dayspring. Today I will be using the gouache medium. They are the cakes that I have, so they're not the jelly type, which is very thick. So be careful how you apply water to the illustrating Bible because it is very thin. It feels like a regular printer paper. However, it did dry nicely when I used the gouache and I added paper, but I had to use my heat dryer. All right, so today's Bible scripture is taken from Matthew 5, verse 3, King James Version. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And today I'm encouraged by that scripture, and I want it to be a blessing to you too as well. So today I will be using the hollow top paint brush, as well as I have my other paint brush from ZHU Zoo Ting, the white ones, and we will be using those medium with gouache, those tools with gouache today. All right. I want to tell the story of how I got into art and watercolor painting. I started drawing ever since I was a little kid, and I like floral artwork all the time. I would do the little florals, and I even did a project for my school art class, and I got a B plus, and that totally inspired me throughout the years. My teacher said I didn't get an A because I didn't put my name on it or the date. I'm like, oh dear. So that is a lesson learned all by itself. Always date and name your work. Make sure your initials or your name is always on your own work. And ever since then, I've loved to write stories, also to just illustrate. So since 2019, I seriously started it. You know how when you've reached a turning point in your life and you said, okay, that's enough, all these extra projects and hobbies that you have, because I have picked up sewing. I'm a seamstress. I make my own clothes. I can. I crochet. I knit. I paint. Acrylic paint. Scrapbooker. I edit. I write stories. My hobby over the years and I'm also a hairdresser. So I'm a DIY person, but I've thought to myself, all these years I've been doing all these projects and taking on these hobbies, and they're pretty expensive because you have to buy the tools in order to function, right? So I said, I want to settle down on something. You can't be jack of all trades. Well, you can be, but it's better to be master of something. So I said, I'd like to do a project that won't cost me, so I don't have to buy yarn every day, all day, whenever I need to do a project. And I need to find a tool or materials that will last me longer and something that I thoroughly enjoy. And because I'm at the stage where I don't like to waste time anymore, meaning anything that I do, it has to be towards something important or that will teach a lesson or essential or that's going to make an impact. So I kind of brainstorm my life and narrow down things, and I said, you know what? I like writing stories. That's important. We've got our greatest gift in the volume of a book, and a lot of people's life have been changed because of the Bible. So I decided to continue writing my stories to speak words of encouragement and life-changing experiences. So I do write books for kids and teens and adults. But with that, I like to illustrate too. So I said, you know what? Let's learn how to illustrate. So while I'm self-publishing, I know how to publish the book, write the book, edit the book, and also illustrate what I'm trying to say. Because you might find it illustrated, but they might not say exactly what you really want to convey. So I said, let me try and learn. So since 2018, I picked up my pencil. And I was actually bored and I was waiting for someone from a visit from the hospital, and I volunteered to stay back because we didn't have any parking spaces. So just in case we got pulled over or checked, I was able to move the vehicle. And I took the time to actually start drawing, and I drew a leaf, and I'm like, And from then on, I've started illustrating every day, almost every day, I should say, something. I was very hesitant at first in putting color to my work. Never, much less, I was also hesitant to ink my line art. And that took me a while, but everything has to be a learning experience. And you just don't know how far you'll go unless you push yourself. So keep doing that. Never settle for, one thing. So now I'm doing art, and I said I don't want to just do random art where you just draw and then that's it. I want to make it something of an impact. Somebody can be blessed, be inspired. So you make your life a blessing instead of just living it. Okay. So what I'm doing is I like the word. So I want to do Bible journaling that actually speaks to somebody. It might not be perfect, but you know what? Somebody's life can be changed because they've heard something either from my experience or my story that will be able to impact their life, or allow them to think something differently, to have hope, to believe for somebody. So I said, you know what, Bible journaling is something that I like to do. It's not just art, but it's art with a meaning. All everybody else's art has meaning to it, but mine has something that actually is relating to me personally, and that is Bible journaling. I love the word, and I want to be a good steward of the word. I might not understand everything, but I'm able to actually read it for myself, read it to someone that can actually read, or actually meaning in terms of losing their vision, or they're not able to read the Bible, as they would like it. So going through would be a blessing. So that's my story, and I really hope that you are doing something that will inspire somebody every day, because remember, you only have one life, and if you live it to the fullest and live it and leave an impact on somebody's life, then the blessing will go on. A lot of people has spoke blessing in my life because of how they live and what they've done for me, whether small or big, it doesn't matter. Just something that they've done that impacts me, and I'm able to actually pass it on. So be encouraged today, and you do the same for somebody. All right, there's lots of people, young kids out there, who actually want to hear somebody's story that will encourage them. It's a difficult world, a difficult time now. So be the best of yourself and do what it is that you can to bless somebody. Remember to check out my Redbubble page. Thank you so much. God bless.